Hello and welcome to Homer for Thursday, August 14th, 2025. Today we'll be reading from lines 696 down to 710 in Book 11 of the Iliad, in which we witness the distribution of the prize and we see how it is hubristic. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and please enjoy. And from out the spoil, old Neleus chose him a herd of kine and a great flock of sheep, choosing 300 and their herdsmen with them. For to him a great debt was owing, and goodly Elis, even our horses, winners of prizes with their car, that had gone to the games, for they were to race for a tripod. But Augeias, king of men, kept them there and sent back their driver, sorrowing for his horses. By reason of these things, both deeds and words, was the old man wroth, and chose him recompense past telling. And the rest he gave to the people to divide, that so far as in him lay no man might go defrauded. Far as in him lay, no man might go defrauded of an equal share. So we were disposing of all that there was, and round about the city were offering sacrifice to the gods. And on the third day the Achaeans came all together, many men and single-hoofed horses with all speed, and among them the two Leones did on their battle gear, though they were as yet but striplings, unskilled and furious valor. Excellent, let's sing it. Ektogeron agelente boon kai pou megoinon. El to kriename nostri cosiede nomeias. Kai gartoi creios megofelet en elide die. Tesarasat lo porroi hippoi autoi sinocresfin. El tontes metaeth leperi tripodos caramelon. Teo testaitus daut iwanax andron Augeias. Rascetheton de la terra pie acacemenon hippon. Tuon ogeron peon que coloa menosede cae ergon. Exceletas petapualata dales demonedoce. Dae treuen metis oiatem bomenos cioises. Mesmenta hecasta dieu pomenam fiteastu. Domen hierate ois ode tritoi matipantes. Aton homos autoi de polesta kai moan nucas hippoi. Pansudie metodesvi molione torresonte do. Pansudie metodesvi Pansudie metodesvi molione torresonto. Paide teon tupo malaea dote turridos alces. Amazing. Always so beautiful to sing Homer. Always so great. Just fills my heart with joy. You should give it a shot yourself, dear audience. Go online, go to this website, Perseus, open a page up, go to a random card here, as they call them on this website. Just read some of it. Do your best. It's really pretty. It makes me smile. That's half the reason I do it. Anyway, let's get into it though. Let's get into the technical details here. So we have a debt, right? And what's the problem with the debt, right? Well, the real problem here is the hubris that goes on. I mentioned at the start of the video, but basically at the end of the last passage, we mentioned that the Achaeans were hubristic. What were they hubristic about? Well, Augeias, Althi, Wanaxandron Augeias. Excuse me, what a great continual repetition, this sort of alliteration, assonance of Althi, Wanaxandron Augeias. I guess it starts all the way back here. Thou sestai tus dau the Wanaxandron Augeias. We have digamma right here, so it's not, all alliterative. And here. But maybe everywhere. Wow, the one wow, gay. I don't know. Anyway, this is like I think it's just so beautiful. Looking at the construction of these lines, where it's like, oh, you're right. After theosestai, right, which is also a very pretty word. Britishers is like to, to run, right? So. So yeah, we planned it to run, right? But he kept them, right? The king kept them. And then you sort of have this right? Elater is interesting here. The driver, you literally have this like sort of this like wideness of the alphas, right? And then kaskethe comes in the second line. Kaskethe, and then ton de la terra pie ekakemen on hippon, right? So you have this sort of, literally this like sort of sense of cacophony, right? And then you have this kekolo menos, right? Which is very similar in construction. Kekolo menos, akakemenon, right? De kaiwergon, akakemenon hippon, right? It really rhymes very well, right? And then you have more alphas right here after a epsilon. This is an epsilon themed word, I would like to say. This is also an epsilon theme. Exceletaspetapola. And then we get more alphas. Aspetapola ta. Aspetapola tadales de monedoke. Right? So aspetapola tadal. Right? You get more, you get 4 more alpha, based words, I guess, right? I don't think this is unintentional, right? I think that this is really musical, and I think it was intended to come across that way because this is the hubristic deed, right? So he only sends back the driver, right, without the horses, and that's not right, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to keep track of, like, who's like missing what or whatever, but that's just in general, like, there's an etiology for what's going to happen here is the point. And then the last thing I want to mention, I kind of messed up the performance in this line. I apologize for that. 709. Pan sudie metadesfi molione torresonto molione. This is a duel, I believe. No information. Paedeteont upo malae dote turidosalkes, right? Surely this will get me. Yeah, this is a duel, right? The brothers, torresonto. They did not at all look like they were strong. They were strong, right? Right? They were not at all ready. Which in the commentary, this is supposedly because there's a whole West Peloponnesian, which is where we are on the map, epic that follows off of these ideas, which we do have a miniaturization of here, which follows off from our stories about stories a few days ago. Anyway, so many seeds to be planted here, and I hope you enjoyed witnessing with me how Homer manages to put such meaning in the collapse of them into such quick lines that we witness here in this epic. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, and take care. Bye.